think it should be self-explanatory. She's like a little pet, you know, in that overall, so that it's like management field as a whole, you know. I guess it's also kind of ugly, but it's supposed to be cute.
Hairless cat?
Yeah. So the management, of course, field is, you know, Dr. Evil. And so I think, you know, it's a pet. It's like nice to have, you know, it's comforting, you pat it, you know, once in a while, but remains a pet.
So I use a quote in a bunch of my teaching with both undergrads and MBAs. Comes from the Italian sociologist Poggi. He says, a way of seeing is a way of not seeing. So I was thinking about this question, and I guess, so I had three words that came to mind, and then I had to try to find ways to visualize them. Some are better than others. But I was thinking, you know, one way of seeing what we are is we're some sort of peripheral members of the academy field. And that was what I was trying to capture with this person who might be living on the fringes of society. You know, so we're sort of the scavengers on the outskirts of town, and you know, maybe we're not really welcome at the big kids' table, or you know, you can think about it that way. Of course, that immediately made me start to think more about network concepts, and you could say, well, actually, we're a broker that you know, sits in between two thought worlds and connects otherwise disconnected parts of the academy. And so then that peripheral status, you know, all of a sudden has maybe a little bit more resonance. And then if you took that to the extreme, you know, my light bulb idea was, you know, we're really the fount of novelty and innovation in the worlds that we inhabit. So you know, depending on how you look at it, we could go from periphery to broker to, you know, the center of it all.
And in the same way, if you ask people about sustainability, I mean, recently a senior scholar said sustainability is a niche area, and that's true. It is because, frankly, if you know, amongst sort of strategy management researchers, you know, very few would describe themselves as sustainability researchers. On the other hand, if you were to say, well, what's special about sustainability is something related maybe to, you know, thriving today, but also not harming the ability of future generations to do well, then maybe you could say this is such a fundamental issue, at least in strategy and management, that everything is sustainability. So you have these two extreme frames or canvases, both of which I think are relatively bogus and unhelpful. I think the best is simply to say, you know, sustainability is something, it's a really important phenomenon. Many people across management departments in various schools are working on issues that are pertinent to sustainability, not necessarily labeling it as sustainability. I think that's relatively useful. The other thing that strikes me when I was, you know, thinking about this when I heard some presentations today is people often define themselves in terms of independent variables. Okay, so they define themselves, I'm a transaction cost economics researcher. Other people define themselves in terms of dependent variables. You know, I'm working on contracting or I'm working on sustainability. And I think it's valid to be either. So it's valid if you want to call yourself a sustainability researcher. I think that's fine. And I think you know, there may be some negative connotations to that in some contexts. But I don't see that as an issue. You can also be you know, a linguist, a psychologist, an organizational theorist working on sustainability issues.